morning, everyone. We're going to Lassen
National Park.
National Park, of course. Butte Lake. All right, 6 hours.
5.
All right, 5 hours. We'll check it again.
So our first stop of the trip was to Burney Falls State Park. I was really excited to go here because I used to come here all the time as a kid. My aunt lived in the nearby town of Castle, so I was really excited to see it through the eyes of our kids. This is the rim trail. Before going down to the falls themselves, we decided to take a little walk. We'd been in the car for a while. This is a 1-mile hike that will take you to Lake Britain, where we were going to go have our lunch break. Most people go right to the falls, but Lake Britain is actually a really cool place to visit. It's got a nice swimming area, nice little beach, picnic tables, and even a marina where you can rent boats and kayaks and canoes if you want to spend some time on the water. I had hoped that we'd be able to walk back along the creek trail, which goes along the creek and meets the falls at the end, but it was actually closed, so we had to go back along the rim trail before getting to the falls overlook.
This was June 2020, so it was right in the middle of COVID, and Burning Falls was extremely popular. There were lots of people, so we had our masks on. We camped at Butte Lake Campground, which is in the northwest corner of the park. You have to drive down a 6-mile unpaved road.
And this part of the park is separate from the main part of the park that most people will visit when they go to Lassen, but we were drawn to it actually because it was really quiet and we were just looking for some space, and there's still a lot to do.
2 little campers. Alright, let's go.
Volcano, we're gonna look for big rocks.
Hiking Cinder Cone was our big adventure of the trip. It's really not a long hike, but as you'll see, it gets a little tough towards the end, or John would probably say very tough.
It's going uphill.
These are the fantastic lava beds, which were pretty cool to see along the trail. They flowed from Cinder Cone during the last eruption.
today? All the way to the top?
Yeah.
Point to it.
It's really giant.
And here we go. Cue the dramatic music.
So we climbed up this volcano, and it's extremely slippery with all this rock that you're trying to.
It's almost like sand.
Yeah, and while most people had an easy breezy climb up, you could see some of us were struggling. I had a 3-year-old on my back, so it was twice as hard.
And not in the hiking carrier. JJ had been very nervous at the start of this hike, so we were really proud of him as he got to the top of the trail here, and he was also really proud of himself, which was great to see.
And then all he wanted was gummies. I guess that kept him going.
It's up to get your hand.
Once you're at the top of the volcano, you can actually continue hiking down into the crater, and this is a pretty cool thing to do, and we saw John doing it, and we thought we would join him until we saw him trying to hike back up, and then we decided just to stay where we were.
It was even harder than climbing up the entire Lagoon volcano.
The views from the top are pretty amazing. These are those same fantastic lava beds. This is how you can see them from the top.
Butte Lake was very peaceful, perfect for the boys to play and splash in. So calm that even Christy fell asleep there.
On our last day, we made a stop at Subway Cave, which is outside of Lassen, but definitely worth a stop. I used to come here as a kid, and my aunt would turn out all the lights, so I made sure to have extra lights for us, but we ran out of batteries, so we just had our headlamps. The kids loved Subway Caves. We entered through the north entrance of the park by the Loomis Museum, where JJ got his first Junior Ranger badge, had a really nice picnic by the lake, and then we continued driving through the main part of the park and saw some really cool attractions along the way.
There's still some snow at Lassen Peak in June.
Sulphur Works is an easy and accessible way to see the park's geothermal activity. You can smell it from the car, so most of us were really happy to wear our masks on this day.
Thanks for watching our Lassen trip.
Subscribe to see more of our adventures or follow us on jjandthebug.com.